Hi, babes. Hope you're doing good. I am just doing a little getting ready with me. Oh, my hair's fucking stuck in the ponytail. Because today we are doing some filming for some promo stuff for our new music. Downtown. So I gotta get cute. That's what I'm up working on at 9:45. Just taking my sweet time. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing good. Ooh, I just slept with it up last night. This is what I got. Let me know what you're doing, what you've been feeling, what you're listening to, what you're reading. I'll do my best to check it out and reply. My hair, you guys, probably because it's slightly bleach damage. Not that bad, but bad enough that it gets tangled super easy. So I always, this is like a wet brush, I always have to, it's kind of like a tangle teaser. I always have to brush it on the regular, like twice a day, essentially, if I don't want it to get tangled. Which is why it's so wonderful to not have to wear extensions, because when you wear extensions, stuff gets like crazy, especially like headbanging and stuff. So I love just being able to brush it out. Anyway, Natalie says you were in our music video in 2016. Now you know is the song. Natalie, that is amazing. Thank you for rocking out with us and checking out your profile picture. That's so sick. Thanks for being a part of that. We're actually getting ready to work on new music video stuff, which I'm so excited. So we're doing all, like, we're laying all the groundwork, all the prep work for all this stuff coming up. 1 second. Get my curling iron out here, my straightener. So honestly, I'm working hard right now, you guys. I've been really busy, doing long hours, lots of Zoom meetings, but it's cool. It's like exhausting, but it's the good kind of exhausting, because the alternative is feeling bored about my life and overthinking things. Can you relate? Yeah? I sure can. So oftentimes I need that. I need something to get lost in, something bigger than me to focus on, something to plan for, something to give me like hope for the future, right? All right, let's see. How do we want to part this thing? If I flip it, we'll have more volume over here, and we'll see what that looks like. Yeah? Yeah? That's gonna work. Okay, great. We'll do that. All right, let's see. You're about to head to class. I'm so sorry you have to go to class. Thank you for listening to us on Spotify. From Moscow, what's up? Do I like Halsey? Yes, I do. I mean, I think she's probably one of the more interesting artists in the pop world, you know? She was always, I think she writes her own songs, which I always respect. I think she's like bringing something cool to the table. I like that she talks about mental health, which, I mean, does it not blow your mind how mental health has gone so mainstream in the last like 2 or 3 years on like pop radio? Like, it's so crazy. I just can't even believe it. I'm like, we have all been representing about how terrible we feel over here in the rock world for like decades, right? Like, that's what rock and roll's been about, and then all of a sudden you hear freaking just top 40 talking about it, which is cool. It's good for awareness, but as I mentioned in my song Hollow, sorry, I'm looking for my brush or something to, as I mentioned in my song Hollow, I feel like sometimes it's not always constructive. Where is my, hold on. I feel like sometimes talking about mental health in the wrong way does more harm than good, right? Sometimes talking about it in a dismissive and casual way is not helpful. So I'm always trying to kind of find that line. Anyway, point is, I feel like Halsey does a pretty good job. Not like my opinion is important to her, but yeah, I'm a fan. All right, let's see. Did you guys see Logic, like, retiring? I know he released another video after that, so I don't know what happened after. I need to catch up, but I thought that was really interesting. It's kind of smart, right? Like, go make your mark on the world, do what you came to do, and then I guess move to Montana. He's probably already debunked that by now. It was probably just a marketing thing, but you're listening to Demons, wonderful. More Moscow. Awesome, you guys. Thank you for, you say you're sharing our music in your Insta stories. Hey, that means a lot to me, to us. Thank you. We literally just survive on, live and die on, hold on, 1 sec. Live and die on our fans, like you, sharing our music one at a time. We don't have a big budget. I mean, literally, like, since we're not touring for a long time, all we have is you, people like you who already know about and care about what we have to say, sharing it with the people in your world. And if you don't like it, or if you're not the kind of person who shares music with other people, then don't do that. You know, if it's not authentic to you. But if you're that kind of person who likes to share what's working for you with other people, then we need you in our lives. And we're actually coming up with some really cool ways to kind of empower you to do that. And so that's one of the things we were talking about yesterday, is creative ways to make it easy for people who do want to share Icon for Hire with the world, with their family, with their friends, or whatever. With their family and friends. We sound like a church outreach program. But yeah, we want to make that like easy. I remember being part of the Lincoln Park street team, the Lincoln Park Underground. You know, I was like 14 years old, and they would send me these packets with like stickers and posters and like little, you know, EPs. It was the best. I saved all the envelopes. It was everything I lived for. Anyway, we do not have Lincoln Park's budget, so we cannot send you posters and stickers to your house yet, but maybe one day. We'll see. Hello from Pennsylvania. What's up? Mental health matters. Man, there is so much Moscow love today. I love it. Listen to Cruella. Yes, I have been. You know, I've talked about this for years. I try to listen to more music than I do. It's not something that I naturally do. Just because I don't know, I listen to audiobooks and podcasts and stuff like that. But I've noticed that music is one of the things that is kind of helping make quarantine a little less painful. Who knew? So, honestly, like, that's why we're talking about releasing music now and not holding it back, you know, because we've had people advise us to wait to release new music till we can tour on it. And I'm like, well, shit, I need new music right now. That means you need new music right now. Like, we can't all just wait till 2022 or whatever to release new music. That's not going to work. So we're just going to risk it. We're just going to hope for the best here. Your music has made such an impact on my life. You have so much thank you, Becca. That is so sweet. Really appreciate that. Hi from Istanbul. Cool. We've never been there. Have you listened to Use My Voice by Evanescence? Yes. So, funny story. I actually went to maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Maybe I signed an NDA. I don't know. I'll talk about it later. Sorry. Yes, I know that song very well. Thank you. You love the hair. Good. Have you listened to Folklore? Oh, Taylor Swift. I'm like, how did I know that? No. I actually am not a Taylor Swift fan. So, nothing personal. It's not my thing. My mind can be changed, of course. Am I a Flyleaf fan? Oh, you guys are all talking about music today. I love it. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm a Lacey fan. I love her as a person. She clearly, as it's so obvious, has such a beautiful heart. She's the real deal. She is a genuine, she puts her heart and soul in everything she does. And, I mean, you know, yeah, she's helped me out so much. We used to, like, email together. I remember talking to her at, like, you know, midnight, and she would just, like, give me all this advice and love, and just, I have so much respect for her. Yeah, she's wonderful. And I mean, we still talk, but I haven't seen her for a while. It'd be nice to see her. Will we ever have a concert in Ireland? Have we not played Ireland yet? I'm so sorry. We should definitely do that. It's freaking hot in here, and the straightener is not helping. Let's see what else we got going on. Sean is out. He's getting me some Red Bulls. By me, I mean him, but I'm going to have one. He's like the Red Bull king. I only have Red Bulls on very important days when I'm doing very important work. So today is one of those days. It's going to be a long day. We have a lot of stuff we got to get done. So it's a Red Bull kind of day. I love that I'm curling my hair right now. This is something I do like twice a month. And I only wash my hair once a week, which is awesome. I highly recommend it. And so I generally will style it at the beginning, you know, after like I've washed it, and then I can kind of reuse that style pretty much all week. So that's really nice. But you have to train your hair to do that. Like in the beginning it won't work to, you know, space it out. So do, you know, take from 2 days to 3 days, then every 4 days, every 5 days. You just teach your head to stop producing too much oil or whatever. And then dry shampoo is your best friend. So I'll show you my dry shampoo in a second. Right now I've been using Kevin Murphy because they're amazing and give us tons of amazing stuff. Literally, like, this is fresh hair by Kevin Murphy. Their stuff smells so good. If you've ever tried that, you know. And I just love them. It's not something I could afford to buy without their generous donation sponsorship, but I'm a huge fan. 3 years ago, your music saved me from dark thoughts. I'm so grateful, Ariel. Oh, that's amazing. I can't even save myself from dark thoughts half the time, so I'm so grateful that anything that we write is ever helpful. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring about what we do. It means so much. Let's see what else. I know you love to drink tea, but what is your favorite coffee drink? Asked Rachel. I almost said chai. Nope, that's not a coffee drink. Honestly, usually I go to coffee shops and I'll just get their drip coffee with cream. That's my standard. I don't know if it's because I'm cheap, or you know what? I don't like to drink my sugar. I just said after I said I'm gonna have a Red Bull today. I love dessert, so if I'm gonna have a lot of sugar that day, I want like a brownie, I want ice cream. I don't want it like in a mocha frap. You know what I'm saying? But when October comes around, I will be having some PSLs. That's pumpkin spice lattes for all you boys. Hello? Hold on. There must have been someone talking in the track. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, are you ready for this? I can't believe I told you guys this. This is such a good story. Oh, I'm so excited I get to tell you. Okay. Okay. You ready for this? Okay. Well, I have to figure this out now, how I show this. Recently, somebody, sadly, an older person in my neighborhood passed away. Okay. So the body was unfortunately found, which was obviously, it wasn't found by me, but it was very sad, obviously. So there was a bunch of commotion in the neighborhood. There was cop cars, there was, you know, concerned neighbors, volunteers, a lot, okay? I am alone in my house, and I suddenly hear my door open. And I'm like, what the hell? And I turn the corner, and there's a woman in my house with a camera taking photos in my living room. Can you believe this? And what did I say? I said something really weird. Okay, yeah. This is I don't know why. This is the first thing obviously, you know, you're scared, you're freaked out, you're like, what the hell? The first thing I said to her is I yell at her, I go, this is my house, as if I had to establish ownership. No, I think I said, I live here. That's what I said. I live here. That was the first thing that came to mind. And she looks at me and she's like, oh. She's like, is this not blah, 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 she named the person. Is this not blah, blah, blah? So I was like, no. So she was a crime scene person taking pictures, walked into the wrong house, and she was like, well, no one stopped me when I walked in. I'm sorry I didn't have a security guard posted outside my door to stop random people from walking in. I was like, what the hell? So I gotta do a better job, obviously, locking up. That's what that lesson is. But would you guys not have been so freaked out? In my house, taking pictures with her giant camera. Very scary. Thank you for your empathy. Send cards and chocolate. Okay, thank you. Story over. So anyway, when I hear voices in the other room, that's what I think of. Maybe the cops are back. And I did talk to the cops that day. Man, I've had a very exciting month. I just realized the cops came to my door, asked me questions about my sweet neighbor who's no longer with us, but I wasn't able to help very much because I had been out of town. All right, that concludes that story. Hold on, sorry, just so you know, it's really hard for me to curl my hair with a straightener, so I have to really pay attention. I can't talk and curl. I'm not there yet. I usually curl with a curling iron, but using a straightener seems to make it tangle less, which I really appreciate. So hold on, let me just get this one and then I'll look at your comments. It's really hard, Okay, I did watch a YouTube video that says the technique is the same as, you know when you're curling ribbons with a scissors, for Christmas time for packages, you know, you shh, and that's the sound of it, and it turns into a ribbon, it's like that, yeah, all right. Music playing in the background, let's see who's playing now. Well, I can't check because it's on my phone. Hey Google, who is this?
Jag är din Google-assistent. Jag kan bland annat hitta saker på nätet, ställa alarm eller berätta skämt.
Hey Google. Hey Google. She's so stupid. Hey Google. No, we're not gonna know. Anyway, I changed her setting to Swedish. So, do I know Mixie from Stitched Up Heart? Yes, I do. She's a sweetheart. We took them out on tour in 2016, I believe. Where do you live? I live in Nashville, Tennessee. You once had a guy walk into your house and nap on your couch. All right. We are one and the same. We have lived through something. There needs to be support groups for people who have been randomly intruded upon. At least it wasn't paparazzi. Oh, Katie. That's sweet. We don't have paparazzi. We're not there yet. Nope. That's not us. Paige says I'm covering one of your songs very soon. Awesome, Paige. Thank you. Just tag us. We'd love to see it. You had a chick walk in your house once for 6 months. Oh, that's great. Using a straightener helps it stay because there's heat on both sides. Lauren? Yes. That also means its price is damaging? I don't know. Have I heard the new Hailstorm EP? No. Is it new? When did it come out? I heard the acoustic version of the song with Lizzie and Amy, but I didn't know that there was a whole EP, so that's great. I'll put that on my list. Any advice for younger bands making their first album? We are young, so resources are slim, and it can be hard to get your ideas out and their music. Some high school kids from Iowa. Oh, I love it. Hey. You know, I was just practically a high school kid I was living in Illinois at the time. So same thing. And I already tell you, starting a band in Midwest is awesome. You know, a lot of people go to LA to start a band. I don't know. There's something really wonderful about the Midwest vibes. People like to support their own. It's easier to create community. So much, obviously, less competition. We just found it very supportive, you know, so we started touring, which you don't have the option of doing right now. I'm so sorry. But you're talking about making your first album anyway. So yeah, in my book, I talk about it a lot, but if you just want the summary, we just found a studio that we could afford, basically, that made decent sounding stuff. So for us, that was $600 a track. So we saved up, you know, we worked our day jobs for several months till we had enough money, and we recorded a 3-song EP. I always recommend, if you're a young band, that you create an EP first. Your first album, I think you want to save for when you're a little more established, because you only have so many albums, and there's something really special about a first album. An EP, I feel like, is a trial run. It's like a dress rehearsal. Hey Google, play music. I don't know where she stopped. It's like a trial run. And you want to be able to sell that EP at shows. You want to be able to give it to potential partnerships if you're wanting a record label, or sell it to fans or whatever. Sell more Corella. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, but your first album, you only get once, and people really like press and PR, and Spotify loves promoting your first album. So I think you want to save that for when you have, you know, some buzz around you, is what I'm saying. So we did 2 EPs. I don't know, if I were just starting out, I would just keep making EPs until something clicked, and then do my first record when things were getting a little bit bigger. That's my recommendation. I made your Google go off. I'm so sorry. How many languages do you speak? 1.5. I speak English and then some Swedish. Favorite song I've ever written? Wow. I really like, I mean, what comes to mind is any kind of more hip-hop-y song I like, because then there's so many more words to it. So I like Now You Know, I like Hollow, I like Hope of Morning, stuff like that, right? I know you guys like Make a Move, Get Well, Demons. I like that stuff too. But I think about not just what the final product is. This is too thick of a chunk of hair, I can already tell. Not only the final product, but also what the experience was like writing it. So like 2 Saturdays ago, I had the most beautiful experience writing a song like that just was so personal to me and just felt so good. The process of it was just right. Everything was vibing. And honestly, I might never release that song. It might not be like an Icon for Hire song, but I look on it so fondly and it just connects with me, right? So right now, that's my favorite song. It's called Holes, just so you know. If it ever comes out, you'll know what I'm talking about. We covered Only a Memory on our YouTube account, so cool. Have I listened to Diamante? Yes, of course. So her drummer, Harley, is our drummer on tour. Well, I don't actually know if Harley still drums for her, but they did. So yeah, I definitely support everything she does. You know what? I'm just gonna say, I love and support all artists, and especially all female artists, and I always will, and I'll never talk shit about them, and I'll never have anything but love and positivity and support to spread to anyone, because we all need it. It's hard. We don't all need to be like tearing each other down, comparing each other. I'm not for like putting all the females in the same group and comparing us and ranking us and seeing who's doing what. I think we all have value on our own. We're all doing our own thing. There's enough fans for all of us. We don't need to have scarcity mentality. Like, I'm just hella supportive of anyone who is expressing themselves in this industry. Like, that's it. So I love all of them. Yep. Guys too, but they get enough attention and support, so they're fine. They don't need my help. Have I ever considered remastering your first couple tracks? So, people ask us a lot about how they can get Call Me Alive or Carried Away on Spotify. Unfortunately, our record label owns those songs. Ugh! Makes me so mad. I talked about this yesterday in my Insta stories. They own that, and they own our first 2 records. Which, how can you own songs? You can't own creative art that came from my head and my heart that I wrote by myself in my bedroom when I was 19. You can't fucking own that. I own that. You own that. We own that together. Duh. But you know, let me say this. That fire that I feel when I think about that has helped me write a couple songs. You know, I'm not like an angry person, but if I do feel anger, it's for that. And that has inspired some music. So it's kind of like a gift that keeps on giving. And one day I hope that we can buy those songs back and we can remaster them and make them sound better. You know, maybe we'll even remix them or retrack them. Who knows? But we're not allowed to right now. Okay. Making physical copies of your EP is expensive. You'll make more money than streaming. Okay, sure, yeah. I mean, especially right now since you're not able to tour. I love the idea of selling an EP for about $5 after a show, you know, like that way people can take home a piece of what they just heard from you. But since that's not an option right now, digital is nice. I mean, it's hard to break through the noise. I don't know how we would have done it only digitally. The way we gained traction and momentum was through touring. And the fact that that's not an option right now is really frustrating. So as a young band, I mean, maybe increase your skills. Maybe learn Pro Tools or Logic or something like that and learn how to make your own stuff. Maybe get better at your instrument or increase your songwriting skills, you know, practice your vocals, stuff like that. Maybe do things like that so when things are back and everything comes back, hopefully one day, then you're ready, you know? Look at me talking and doing my hair at the same time. No big deal, no big deal. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a break because it's like really hot in here. Hold on. I need some water. Your favorite song is War? Oh, that's too funny. Good, I'm glad you like it. That was one of those songs I felt like I cheated on because it came out in like 15 minutes in one night. It's so weird how some songs I do multiple revisions, I work really hard on, it takes months, and then some songs just like happen in 2 seconds, which is my favorite way, obviously. And it's just weird how you as a listener don't care how much effort it took, how long it took. That's a lesson for all of us creatives, right? We need to enjoy the process because the world focuses on the end result, but we kind of keep that process close to our hearts. Like what I was just describing about that song I wrote 2 weeks ago. That's a precious process to me. And I don't even care that I'll probably never release it. I'll turn the fan on. Hold on. Because it's just a beautiful memory for me. So now every time I hear that really crappy demo that I did myself in my bedroom, I'm gonna feel great about it. Or, I don't know, I feel great about a lot of songs that I just remember the space I was in when I wrote them, and I'm like, oh, that was so cool how just like I collaborated with creativity and it just worked that day, you know? But it is just strange that some songs rise to the top that took no time at all. It's just, how does that work? I don't even know. I don't even get it. Your favorite is Get Well, your favorite is Too Loud. What's one song you wish you could have written? Okay, one of the songs that just really, I don't know, I almost feel cliche saying this because it was like, yeah, me and everybody else, but I really felt, no, I can't remember the song. The first Evanescence song with the 12 Stones, what's it called? It's Not Going Under. Is it? No. You know which one I'm talking about. You'll leave it in the comments. That song, I heard it, I was like, oh, what is, like, I love male-female vocals together. You know, I, like many of us, thought that, the male vocalist was part of the band. So I thought it was like a Linkin Park thing, which obviously I'm a huge Linkin Park fan. So I was like, okay, we have female vocalists with like a male sort of more rapper spoken word thing. This is like heaven, you know, which is so interesting to look back on because later Amy Lee went out and kind of said like, hey, that was not my first choice. I wasn't super stoked to have a guest vocalist. If I remember right, she said something like that. So it's so interesting, but it worked for me as like a whatever, 13, 14-year-old, that fucking resonated with me. So I guess I wish I would have written that song, but I wouldn't have. That's why I'm always trying to get freaking Sean to do more vocals because I love male-female vocals together so much. I don't know. He does some BGV stuff. And I mean, he does more on this upcoming project than you've heard previously, which is cool. But I want him to do more like solo type of stuff. He just doesn't feel comfortable doing that yet. Maybe one day. Okay. You like songs with more lyrics because your songs are so well written, and at every line I'm like, damn, that's a good one. It's like a never-ending chain of awe. That's very sweet. Thank you. But yeah, that's why I like more lyrics too. It's just like mainstream and commercial music is less lyrics, it seems like, which is, okay, hold on. Obviously hip hop is the biggest genre in the world, but I guess I'm kind of talking about more in my lane, like in this more rock world, people seem to appreciate melodic, soaring vocals, simple, catchy, easy hooks. That's the kind of stuff people resonate with, right? Like Make a Move, our biggest single, is one of the only songs where we repeat the refrain, make a move, somebody make a move over and over again in the post-chorus. And I wonder if that contributed to some of the success because it was easy to vibe with. However, I've not repeated that very often in my, even though I know that's like probably a good trick, I don't do that often because I'm like, why would I say the same thing 10 times? I already said it. You can just rewind it if you want to hear it again. If I have 30 more seconds in the song, I want to spend that 30 seconds going deeper with what I'm trying to say. But less is more. Like, I know that's not like a good strategy, but just being honest, that's kind of where my head's at, you know? Okay. I love that we're just talking about like the creative process today. This is great. I think about this stuff all the time, so I always have a lot to share on the subject. Okay. Too Loud helped me to out myself. Oh, congratulations. I'm so happy I discovered that. Your songs helped me so much. Wonderful. Congratulations. That's amazing. Are we coming back to Baltimore? Yes. Don't you own songwriting credits? Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You know who else owns songwriting credits on those songs? Is people who didn't write the songs. People who, okay, like, have you heard the term like executive producer? People like that like get their names on albums without actually being a part of the creative process. So in some of our songs, it says that people wrote on it that didn't. I write all the songs, lest you forget. I'm very like precious about that because I think it's important for me to sing my own stuff, and for you to know that if you're resonating with something that I sang, that you know that came from me and it didn't come from Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important to me. That being said, Blindside was one that we wrote with a guy named Blair Daly, and he has been the most positive songwriting collaboration partnership that I've had. So I would definitely work with him again. And it's been great. You know, I feel like he's been one of the rare partnerships. And he wrote with like, I think he wrote Daughters of Darkness with Hailstorm. He's written with like Little Big Town. He's from Nashville, a bunch of country stuff. I don't know. He's got a great range. And I think it really speaks to him and his talent that he's been able to kind of facilitate and not take over a song. Does that make sense? So that means a lot to me. That's super cool. Do you get annoyed about compliments or questions about your hair? Like, do you feel reduced on it, or STH? So much. I don't know what STH is. Sorry, you'll have to educate me. I've been offline for 3 months. Maybe this is a new acronym I haven't kept on top of it. But yeah, there's a YouTube video on my Ariel show about annoying questions I get about my hair. How I feel is people are always just trying to find an easy connection point. So if people are being friendly and they say they like my hair, that's really friendly, and I appreciate that, and that's great. At the same time, it does kind of seem like something we have to get over with in a conversation for us to get to like good stuff. Like, having that conversation with every person, it seems just like obligatory and not super interesting to me. So I just kind of like go through it and I'm fine with it, but it's not like in a conversation I'm excited to have because I've had it enough times. And that's the same way I feel when people ask us questions in our interviews with band stuff. When people ask us what our band name means, I'm like, oh shit, what does our band name mean? I don't know. And I try to like come up with an answer. You know what? I'm going to figure that out. Before the next album cycle, I need to have a concise, clear answer I feel good about for that question, because I kind of know it, but I don't know how to articulate it. So every time I just like stumble through it, and it's like a pain in the ass every time. That's inefficient. Tattoo on my arm. This one says, I couldn't read it, brutal. This one says beautiful, because life is both brutal and beautiful. And this is a great reminder during COVID that we're currently in a very brutal time. And the reason I got one on each arm is to remind myself there's balance, there's ebb and flow, right? Good and bad. It's probably 50-50. So hopefully the 50% now of brutal that we're in will be balanced out by the beautiful coming up in a while. Who knows when. But we have new genres in your new album. Do you mean new genres for me? I didn't make up new genres, just so we're clear. But new genres for us, yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, that video is so emotional. Holy shit. There's a few songs on here that I'm so excited for you to hear. And I can't wait. And I'm mad that we have to wait. And we don't have to wait. It's our music. We can do whatever we want. We could drop it tomorrow. But we want to do it at least somewhat strategically and efficiently and wisely, because we can't tour on it. So if we just were to like be like, blop, then it would be over by tomorrow. You know, it'd be like a little flash in the pan. We have to, like, as an independent band, you have to spread out your offerings. You have to really think it through and be like, okay, we can make this a big thing over here. We can make a contest around this. We can get fans excited about this. We can get new listeners out of this. Like, otherwise, if it just drops, then it's gone, you know? So my hair's gotten so long. Thank you. Yes, I know. I've worked very hard. You know what the trick was for me getting long hair? I used to keep a scissors in my bathroom and just trim my own hair all the time. Surprisingly, the answer was remove the scissors from the bathroom. Then I stopped cutting my hair. Genius, right? Right? Okay, I gotta wrap this up. I'm actually a little behind. This was really great, though. You want more albums on vinyl? Browning, we're working on it. I don't know if you've heard it as part of the Icon Army headquarters, but we've been working on reissues of You Can't Kill Us and Still Can't Kill Us on vinyl. And oh my God, there's so much good stuff. I can't even tell you. It's coming very soon. It's all gonna come. You'll see. Favorite makeup brand to use on your shoot? So I would say MAC, because MAC has been very good to me over the years. They've gifted me a lot of stuff. They've been very generous and supportive of our band. So yeah, MAC's my thing. You know what I will say? My favorite lipstick is by a brand that I don't particularly feel great about. So I'm not even going to share it because the world doesn't need any crap talking. Bring Me to Life. That's right. The studio wanted her to do it more than she wanted to do it. Yeah, I think her label wanted her to do it. And obviously it was the right call. Obviously that's how probably all of us found her band. The band, I should say it's not her band, but maybe it is. How is Adam? Nathan asks. Thank you for asking. I love Adam so much. I just love him. He's my brother. He's just, I think about him. I miss him. He lives in Ohio, so we never get to see him. But him and his wife, Sophie, came to visit in June. That was nice to see them. And yeah, he's doing all right. I miss him a lot. I love Make a Move, but a fake person kept bringing it up, so now it is ruined for me. Didn't you hate that? When the wrong people like the thing you like, and now you're like, crap, now I can't like this anymore. I used to be like that very much in high school. Like if I saw anyone that I thought was inauthentic, aka a poser, wearing or listening to or liking something that I liked, then I would get very concerned. Like, oh crap, am I becoming them? Are the lines becoming blurred? I was obviously like way overthinking it. You remember seeing co-writers in the booklet of Scripted and being like, what? Endless Midnight Band? Yes, thank you. Okay, let's explain this. I think I talk about this in my book. Our record label required us to work with co-writers for half of Scripted. And then by the time our self-titled came around, we didn't have any co-writers. I think they like figured out that we could do this, and we did, and it was great. But that was a requirement. It was like in the contract that we had to partner with co-writers for 6 out of 12 songs? I don't remember, it was 11 songs, whatever. So because that was a requirement, we would go to all these people in Nashville and go in their studios and be like, okay, here's a song we've kind of started, and they would help a lot with the music, and that was how I kind of protected myself. So I wrote every lyric. I did all of that, but these other people would help suggest a bridge idea musically, or be like, let's lengthen this out here, or what if we take it this direction, or they would kind of help us demo it out essentially. And so you're a co-writer even if you just help with the music, not with the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I think all my albums say all lyrics by Ariel. I think I've made it a point to say that because it matters to me. If I were a listener, I would want to know who wrote the lyrics, because I don't know. I'm just harping on the same point. The lyrics are so important. They're the point of this band. They're why I want to be a musician, is so I can get what I want to say out there in the lyrics. So, yeah. You're an artist. You're protective of your work. I guess I am, and I'm maybe a little too protective, and that's okay. It's because I've been burned. This industry has really burned me, and people have put their name on my stuff that shouldn't be there, and they own songs of ours that they shouldn't own. And so I think it's okay for me to be a little precious about it, a little overprotective, like Mama Bear. Oh my God. Something happened recently with that, and it really hurt. And I can't even talk about it yet, but maybe after some new music comes out, maybe I'll share it with Icon Army headquarters. But yeah, even now it makes me just freak out. There's almost nothing I care more about than you and me having that connection that we built through our music. And so when people come between that and twist that, it really, really gets to me. And that's why we're independent, so that happens as little as possible, you know? Okay, I can't keep reading these comments because I'm just gonna want to answer, and I gotta go, but thank you. Do I listen to country music? No, not at all. I mean, some of it has great songwriting, but I just don't like the twang. It just gets to me. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. This has been really wonderful. You're the best. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for caring about what we do. Please stay tuned. Keep an eye out. Make sure that you've got, like, you know, your notifications on our socials. Make sure you're on our email list, all that, because stuff is about to start happening. Join the Icon Army headquarters. If you want in, if you want access to the stuff, this is the time to join up, because you're about to start getting some really good stuff before the rest of the world. Okay, I gotta finish this freaking hair. Love you.